What do you think the comment that generated the most discussion?
What was it?
Yeah, what was it?
Probably the one before this.
Well, I didn't mean
The
like
one
this
about-
particular week.
Was it the female
Right.
football player?
The football coach question. So that was great. So I'm assuming that she was honest, right? So, but that, she didn't just make up something to generate discussion. But either way, I mean, that was really good. It was the kind of thing that got people thinking. And as you thought about it more, I mean, at first it sounds crazy, like, well, that ain't gonna happen. But then, as people were writing in and reading other people's responses, then you got to at least, I went through the process of, well, it could happen. It's like, why couldn't it happen? I mean, it's still, that part of the game is cognitive, and while it may violate social mores now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to. I mean, the strides women have made in terms of their opportunities in all kind of areas are making it seem just normal now. Okay, and a good example for me is my daughter, plays baseball with the boys in this fall league, and on Saturday we're way out in Tomball, and she's pitching one game, and we finish the game, and we get in the car, and we lost. We lost in the tiebreaker because her team choked. But anyway, so she wasn't bummed at all because, we got a game, let's go. So we sprint back to Clear Lake, and she gets into her baseball game and gets up against this guy who she knew from her elementary school, they're all in junior high now, and the first pitch, she just cranks this thing way, way far away, and it's fouled by this far, and everyone was just hooting and hollering, and because all the kids by name, and we're screaming at him and screaming at her, so and he's really flustered by this at this girl, because all of his teammates are ragging him about the girl, doing this to him, and you can see he's really flustered. So the next pitch, he nails her right in the head, in the helmet. Not on purpose. I mean, it's just so how rattled he was. So he nails her in the head, and she drafts, but then gets up and is smiling and runs to first base. So it's kind of a good, nobody won the battle. I mean, she showed her stuff, and then he didn't have to be shamed by her actually hitting a home run on the next one. And then she got on and stole the next two bases and came home and passed balls. So in the big picture, she won the battle, but he was at least spared some. She just really tattooed it. But it turns out that there's, and all this is going on, and the fans are just, from both sides are squealing. And turns out there's some more dynamic to this, back to the male-female thing, is just last weekend he had asked her to go to one of the Astros playoffs games. So there was, this like love interest at 6th grade going on there. So... because it would have been, he'd probably never asked her again if she'd have jacked the homer, because he'd have been shamed, so it worked out. He spared himself. But anyway, so that was kind of an interesting dynamic happening with, kind of the boy-girl thing happening and getting imposed into the actual sporting event. So the point being that, girls and women are getting opportunities, so I thought the comment about, I want to be a coach, which just seems crazy on its surface, maybe not that crazy at all.